So hello guys, and welcome to part 3 of the tutorial, the last part of this guide. So if you haven't seen the other parts, please do so because it's critically important in order to get the benefit. Otherwise, we will be starting in a moment. So let's start on more important remarks on the exercises and the further approach. Hopefully in part 2 you were able to understand how you can keep increasing the load and time in order to increase your body's limits. So what you need to do in the beginning is to dedicate some time for this adjustment period, and then later you will be unlocked for all of the racing and flying experiences to enjoy. If you rush too much in the beginning, it might actually delay the whole process for later. Keep in mind that everybody is different, so you might have to adjust the steps to progress slower or quicker depending on how your body reacts to it. Rest especially longer if you have gotten motion sick. Now it's important to understand that everybody can get motion sick at some point if they go too fast or just skip the adjustment period, and if they have no prior experience similar to this. Alright, let's talk about switching to different disciplines and simulators. Remember that there are different disciplines, and switching to a different one might need an adjustment period like in this guide. But of course, you don't need to take them as slow as for the first time. Especially be very careful when switching to F1 or rally experiences, because rally can be really shaky and F1 just extremely fast and sudden. Remember, when switching to a different simulator, like Assetto Corsa to R-Factor or vice versa for example, you need to also switch all those settings, like set all those graphical settings, and also things like lock to horizon. But ultimately, if you're used to a specific discipline, then you could actually be driving for as long as 4 hours at a time or 8 hours in a day, and you would never be getting motion sick at all. Even switching to different disciplines or simulators might become seamless or much easier. And it's completely for everybody like that, without any exception. There are no VR and non-VR people, as I like to say. Most likely, you don't need to get used to all those different groups and types of driving. You probably just need one. But if you want to push your body's boundaries and be able to jump into any sim at any time, then you could actually train with different categories. And if you would like to get generally more resistance so that you could use like unconfigured and unset up rigs, then you could practice also without things like locking to horizon or any specific settings, or training with really bad and uncomfortable settings. Generally, the more you will be using VR, the more you will get used to it. So some people just say, oh, VR is so cool, but yeah, they drive it for like just a short amount of time and then switch to monitors. So that's actually a sign that they're not completely used to VR. The more you will be using, the more you will be used to it, and you will never have the need for monitors again actually. Keep in mind that the comfort and quality of the headset might also affect on how long you can be using VR, but mostly you can just raise your limits by using it more. A short remark for the flight simulation users, so I won't be doing like a dedicated tutorial just for flight simulation. So all of those steps, you can just adjust them for flight simulation as well. For example, start very easy, flying with just looking straight without looking too much into the sides, without steering too much, without doing flips and etc. And keep increasing the load just like I showed before. So I hope this has helped you, and there's one more important thing. Please share your experiences if this has helped you or not, or if you had any trouble. Maybe somebody's familiar with your problems and is able to help. And also please feel free to share your tips so that it can help others. Also please share this if you know anybody who this guide might be helpful to. So thanks for watching guys. I'd be really grateful if you left a like if you did like this or find it helpful. And please feel free to subscribe if you would like to see more of my content on sim racing or racing and virtual reality.